organization.
Talk loud to us, Erin.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I do not represent an organization. I don't represent a political party. Well, yes, I do represent a political party. But today I carry this flag because I represent my grandpa, Robert Edmund Robb, who was a World War II veteran who fought the Nazis to preserve democracy in this country, and who raised daughters and granddaughters to believe that they were capable and competent and that they could make decisions for themselves. I am his granddaughter, and I, by choice, have given birth to two amazing children who have also been students of the Indianapolis public school system. IPS represents both proud graduates of Shortridge High School, where they received unbelievable education. And I'm going to talk about something that might be a little controversial at a Women's March, but I'm going to talk about my son. Right? My son. When he was in first grade, my son was diagnosed with what was then called Asperger's syndrome, which we now know as autism spectrum disorder. Why did they change the name? Because Asperger was a Nazi, okay? He experimented on children. We don't need to recognize anything that the man did. My son was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and because of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in our public school system, my son received the services that he needed to be a tremendous success. That's right. Thank you, IPS. Thank you, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. He could not have done it without them. And I got to tell you, that kid, he's 22 years old now. He just graduated from Wabash College with his degree in physics, and he starts his PhD program in nuclear physics at Florida State University this coming fall. He is going to change the future of energy in this company. So when we listen to Donald Trump say, drill, baby, drill, screw you, Donald Trump, we don't need you. We don't need your drilling. I've raised a kid who's going to find clean, sustainable energy for us, and he did it because he had the support of public school system and public school educators. And you know what? He has a sister. I know you want to go home, but I'm just going to tell you because I can't brag on one without the other. He has a sister who was one of the first Eagle Scouts in the state of Indiana. She was a founding member of one of the first troops of all girls. She's at IU right now, and she's studying to work for the National Parks Department. Because we want there to be national parks still available for our children and for their future. So I've got my son who's going to stop them from drilling, and I got my daughter who's going to do everything in her damn power to protect them. And it's all because of the education that they got through Indianapolis public schools. So thank you for letting me mom brag, and thank you for supporting public education.
All right, Indiana, let's give her a huge shout out. You know, when we were starting to plan this rally, we weren't exactly sure how many people we would have out here. We weren't sure what the weather was going to be like, if we were going to have any anti-protesters show up. But we planned it, and you guys showed up. And for that, give yourself a big round of applause. Today is International Women's Day. It's a day to stand and celebrate all women. Arm in arm, we are here to say that we have had enough, that we have value, that our bodies belong to ourselves, and that our voices matter. I want to give a huge shout out to the organizations that we've had come speak. Can you guys give them all a round of applause, please? We also have organizations that set up tables and information. Can we get a round of applause for them? I want to do a shout out for the organizations that did not have speakers but do have booths here. We have Moms Demand Action. They're a gun safety program and organization.
Sign their paper.
We have the Indiana Family Health Council. And we have Path for You, who is still here, and they provide free birth control to the entire state.
Mutual aid is here.
And food
Sorry.
service. I forgot one of my people that I had come out here. We have Food Not Bombs over there. They're the ones who have the sandwiches and the hot chocolate. Let's give them a huge round of applause for them.
All right, so I am the closing act. Okay, thank you, Caroline. Okay, a couple things. To call back to the person who talked about the 3.5% rule. In Indiana, that means we need 288,000 people. Okay, we are 1,376 today, plus maybe 100. We are going to get there. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a couple operational comments, and then we're going to go into the big picture. So if you have a sign and you don't want to take it home, there's a bin right there. Put it in the bin, and we'll get it to the next protest, and someone else can use it. Okay, so my name's Scott Johnson. I am the state lead for 5051.
Oh!
This event was successful, not because of the work we put in, although we did put in a lot of work. It's successful because of everyone that came out. So thank you. So, as Caroline said, you all know, we're here for International Women's Day, and we have heard a lot about the issues facing each of you today, right now. But I'm going to pull up a bit, okay? Because I'm from 5051, and we've got a slightly different mission. All right. So these are dark times for every American, and particularly for every woman. Is there anyone here that didn't wake up the day after Election Day and feel like they got hit in the gut? Yeah. That is how I felt, and I have never felt that way about a president before. I didn't even feel that way about Trump 1.0, right? I knew this was going to be different, and it is worse than I ever imagined.
Say that again.
So let's talk about what's really going on. Now, everything in this administration seems to boil down to three things. It is rich white men who don't want to pay taxes and who want more money. It is a war on black and brown. And it is a battle for control over women. And I'm going to repeat that. It is that they want to control women, and they want to do it along both axes. They want the brain, and they want the body. Cowards. Women's rights are human rights. Thank you, Jackson. Okay, so if you don't know what the SAVE Act is, I hate to tell you this, but I suspect it's going to pass. So,
Cowards.
okay. And this goes right down to, I don't know if you've seen the new Montana Fetal Trafficking Act. Yes, it is as bad as it sounds. Okay? So, the Fetal Trafficking Act will make it a crime to cross state lines for an abortion. Okay? And the penalty is up to 40 years in jail. Okay, now you know the worst of this? None of this is new. It's not even novel. Every woman here has seen aspects of this in their daily life. Some of you have seen it over and over. I've heard your stories. Now, these people who claim they're geniuses, they are not.
Very stable, G.
They aren't even smart. What they are is they're literal comic book supervillains.
And con man.
They're con men.
Eat Russian assets.
That's right. Now remember, a decade ago, we thought Elon Musk was Tony Stark because he was out there doing the cool stuff, launching rockets and building electric cars. And what he is showing us is he's bloody well Lex Luthor. Now, what has 20 years of comic book movies taught us? The one thing, the villains always lose. Now, admittedly, sometimes we have to have a sequel movie, but the villains always lose. Now, as I said, I'm state lead for 5051, and I'm going to talk about 5051 for a minute. We are not your traditional Democrats. We are not Hakeem Jeffries, and God save us, we will not keep our powder dry. We are literally the resistance. Right? So the goal here is simple. Trump's gotta go. Now, as Americans, we have actually done this once before because Nixon was Trump-like, and we got him out. Now, this is going to be harder. Just flat out, it's going to be harder. But this administration, and you know what? It's a regime. We should just call it what it is. It cannot stand. So, times are dark. The forces are light against us. We're basically screwed, right? No, bullshit. Evil will not win. All right, so I'm gonna share some stories with you why I actually think that's true. So the first thing is look around you. We had probably 1,500 people come out. I know for a fact we counted 1,376. Right? What do you think this cost? Nothing. That's right. The most money we spent was for the speakers. Okay? And that was a donation. So we can do this and we don't have to raise a ton of money. Right? This is true grassroots politics, and that's what we need. We have to return to basics. Okay. So what we spend is our time and, more importantly, our energy. And I will tell you this, they cannot match our energy. All right. So, if you know who I am, if you see my Facebook post, my Blue Sky post, you know I am the crazy guy who takes a single sign down to the Tesla dealership in Castleton. Advertisement, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 1. Please show up, hold a sign. I've got signs. So, I'm the nut who does that. And and here's what I have learned. So the first thing I'll tell you is why I do that. So Elon Musk is the founder of Tesla, and he is the bank driving this. Trump was elected because in September, Elon dropped $300 million into Trump's campaign. Right? And if we break the bank, we break Trump. So Tesla's stock is down $100 billion since people started protesting. Okay, so being on the front line of protesting, here's what I have seen. Two specific things. Last Saturday, I had 10 people with me, and because I had enough people, we were able to keep track of the upvotes and the downvotes. So an upvote is when somebody, gives us a thumbs up, gives us positive affirmation. A downvote's when they give us the finger or shout at us. And in a 2-hour period, we had 141 upvotes, and we had 20 downvotes. In the middle of Indianapolis, in one of the reddest states in the nation, we are 7 times more popular. Okay, so 2 days later, Monday, I saw a man in a giant pickup truck, the really biggest one. He pulls up, and I look at him and I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to yell at me. And that's okay. Because a giant pickup truck, that's MAGA virtue signaling. Yes. And you know what he shouted to me? Fuck Trump. He is ruining this country. And then he shook my hand. And every time I am out there, I have some kind of experience like that. So, as bad as it feels, this is not a done deal, people. All right. So now I am here today because of a man named Christian Hess. Christian, you still here with us?
No, he left.
All right. So he taught me probably one of the most important lessons I'll ever learn. The most important thing is the next thing. So let's talk about what's next. Put April 5th on your calendar. April 5th is our next event, our next big event. We will be here. It will be a protest. We will march and chant. There'll be a couple of speakers, but it's mostly to get us riled up. All right.
Another Saturday protest.
Yes, that's a Saturday protest. All right, so that's the big public event, but there's a lot of stuff going on, including demonstrating at Braun's house. That's a thing. That's right. Tuesdays and Thursdays, people. All right. So we're about a month old, okay? And that means a couple things. I will be honest, getting information about us is confusing, okay? Because we are going fast. So for example, we've got a couple of Facebook groups. We've got multiple ways to get in touch with us. And that's the downside, but here's the upside. We are still young. You can join us and make a difference. So we are currently staffing up, and I will be perfectly honest, we need you. Whatever skills you've got, I guarantee we can use it. All right. So a month ago, I had never been to a protest.
And here you are.
We were together.
That's right. All right, so you can join and make a difference. All right, other things. March 28th, put it on your calendar. That is Victoria Spars's town hall in Westfield.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay?
I will go.
Let's show up, let's have the right signage, and let's make her feel like hell.
Yes.
All right, so join our Facebook group. 6 to 8 in Westfield City Hall. Thank you. All right.
April 28th.
April 28th. March 28th. Sorry.
What's the Facebook group for you?
There's two.
Okay.
Which one?
Come on. Hang on.
Can I finish my bite of sandwich?
Yes. No, we're gonna make this embarrassing.
All right, so we have two Facebook groups for 50-51.
Talking to the top of that
I still have a sandwich in my mouth.
The mic's not picking you up.
It's okay.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have two groups for the 50-51 of Indiana. One of them is public. That is where we're able to put public groups, public events, things that everyone can see. You can share them with absolutely everyone. Oh my goodness. Okay, I couldn't figure out which one I'm eating. Okay. So, the public Facebook group is great to join to be able to see the events and share them with the greater public. The private Facebook group is much more locked down. The public cannot see who is there. They cannot see the chatter. And in that, you are able to do some more niche down networking. We have county chats where you can connect with people who are closer to you. There's usually 3 to 5 counties per group in a central location. So you can join that one, not to share out events and things like that, but to get to know who is near you. And in both groups, you can learn about other organizations that are doing missions similar to us that we can unite with. You can find different activities to participate in, either through 50-51 or through similar groups. You can find local events in both groups, so join both.
What are the names of them?
We're at almost.
Oh, one of them, so the public group is 50-51 Indiana, and,
No, it's 50-51 Movement Indiana.
oh, 50-51 Movement Indiana. I apologize, I should really know that. The private one
Is
is
Indiana.
Indiana 50-51.
And we have almost 1,000 members.
And we have almost 1,000.
We're 28 away.
And mention that we have the Signal chat in the Discord too.
We get there.
Signal,
Perfect.
Discord,
Yeah.
Okay.
The QR code.
Thank you, Janet.
Instagram.
Nice. Thank
Okay,
you.
so a couple other things. If you're really interested in being involved, there is a encrypted Signal chat. That's the best place if you want to make a difference. Okay? But there's a lot of messages. All right, so I am a firm believer that if you're doing this kind of work, you are a servant to everybody else. So my personal email address is fuzzygroup@gmail.com. Just like it sounds, fuzzygroup@gmail.com. That's me and my cats. Send me an email.
That makes sense.
Sure. fuzzygroup@gmail.com. FUZZYGROUP @gmail.com. Now, if you want to send us a text message, we've got a new Google Voice number you can send to, and that's 317-395-3283. Again, 317-395-3283. Okay, so if you're trying to figure out how to get involved and you can't figure it out, just send us a message. We'll help you. All right. So 2 more closing things, then I'll shut up and you guys can get out of here, talk to each other, whatever. All right, so the first thing, be kind to people around you. This administration, or actually regime, because that's what it is all about the cruelty. So kindness is a transgressive act. Be kind. Finally, remember how you feel right now, because what they're doing is not America. This is America. Okay, so we're going to go out on one last chant. This is what democracy looks like.
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 Thank you all so much.
Hey, real quick, guys. So 5051 Indiana would not be possible without our amazing admins. Can I get my admins up to the front, please?
Let's give them a huge round of applause.
Oh, yes. Hey, if you brought it in, take it out, please. And if you see something laying there that you didn't bring in, but nobody else is taking it out, can you please throw it away for us? Thank you, guys.
So if you have not gotten the information about how to connect with 5051, there is a table by the Stargate with information, QR codes, all the things you need to stay connected.
You guys did great. I'd love to get involved. I just deleted my Facebook.
Sorry, where's the 5051 table she was just talking about? Understarted? Okay, all my crap in my hand.
No one's answering the question.
What's that?
She was over here shouting at me to eat the mic.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna have to jaywalk though.
Thank you.
Good. You know, if we get closer to the next
Oh, it's still